Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Late Night Podcast. Ako si Cherry.
Reggie, Philip.
And today, for our guest, we have Frankie, who is an incoming master's
Hello.
student from in Ateneo de Manila University. Yan. But compared sa amin, she is coming from a communications background. So it's very interesting kasi from a communications to physics major, may nabudol po kami. So Frankie, can you introduce yourself and your why physics?
Hi, so I'm Francesca Palabrica. I graduated undergrad in physics in Ateneo de Manila University with my thesis was on the usage of aesthetic materials for armor in contact sports. And then other than that, I have also interned at the Philippine Nuclear Research Institute, and I did attend their training for nuclear engineering. And I am currently incoming to take my master's in Ateneo.
So nasan yung communications?
So basically, I graduated during the pandemic 2020. And as we all know, the pandemic happened, the lockdown happened in March 2020. And that was around the time, I think we were on our midterms. And at that time, job hunting was not my priority. I mean, I was already looking and there were people getting me na. But my focus was on, oh my God, I have to graduate, right? And then, biglang lockdown, everyone passes. Congratulations, you all graduated. And I was like, what? Because 1 minute, I was focusing on StatMech. And then the next minute, here's your diploma. What? Thank you.
It's same ba to? Same time ba to sa Kasi first time na nakita kita ay yung sa TikTok na may tinatanong ka ng mga professors kung ano yung favorite subject nila. Same time ba to?
That is after na. That's after.
And
Pero kasi 2020, there were some jobs that I was thinking of entering after college, but the problem is that at that time, they weren't hiring anymore. They were firing pa nga eh. So, niresend yung mga offers. So, biglang I was like, oh my God, what do I do with my life? So, ginawa ko na lang, nag-tutoring na lang ako, ng physics muna. So, yan yung unang job ko, medyo. And every time I would tutor them, they're never paying attention because they're always on TikTok. I'm not joking kasi, I think Viber yung ginagamit ko. Viber, Google Meet. Tapos, nakikita mo, dito lang sila nakikinig. As in, nagtitiktok lang sila. So, sabi ko, okay, so, what if pumunta na ako on TikTok? So, yan yung ginawa ko. And then, it took off. So, kinarir ko na.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Ayun, yan talaga yung nangyari.
Genius move. Big brains.
So, na-enjoy mo
I mean, it worked.
when you went to TikTok.
Huh?
It worked. It worked for you.
It worked. At least it worked out in the end. So, ayun. So, how did I end up in science communication? Simple. I had no idea what to do with my life.
Same.
Literally, that's all that I
Same.
say.
I think same reason din natin, Reggie, kung paano natin nasimulan yung podcast na.
Mga bored sa buhay. Welcome to the club.
Mga postdoc na. Description ko ta palagi mga postdoc na may
Imposter
syndrome.
It's okay. Ako yung tunay na imposter dito kaya wala ko yung imposter syndrome.
No, not. Last
So,
time, I
Yung na-appreciate ko kasi psychom talaga yung field mo. Kasi yung mahalaga yung psychom sa pag-mediate ng information between yung actual scientist pati yung public.
True.
Pati yung nakwento sa akin ni Reyna. So si Reyna yung founder ng Pinoy Scientist sa Gines namin. Kasi nung time na nag-take off talaga yung Pinoy Scientist is when yung nakapartner niya si Kami, which is yung
talagang nag-expert sa SciComm. So, sigamit din nila niya lahat sa IG, pati Facebook. Tapos doon talaga nag-take off yung Pinoy Scientist. From all tumblers. So, may ganon na ano. na mga information kasi nadadala.
Communication, ibang field kasi talaga yun eh. Tapos may own, talaga siya eh. Specialty na kailangan ma-develop mga skills.
Yeah. I think the biggest barrier kasi with science communication is that when people think of science or technology, they think of it as, oh, this is for smart people only. Like, manonosebleed ako. So, things that are like sciencey that tends to turn people off, especially when you just want to relax. And that the best way of reaching people is through entertainment, through media, but they don't want like highfalutin content. They want it kind of like chill, you know?
Tayo yun.
That's why that's the biggest challenge for science communication is how do you make this presentable? How do you make it digestible for people to understand that they won't click away dahil nagka-nosebleed sila?
Yeah, I think to be honest, for us, diba, parang we already have the science, but we don't really have proper communication. We made this podcast, but I think we're still too heavy, too technical on the science part.
Yeah.
So I feel, kaya like, to be honest, mahihirapan talaga tayo reach out to as more people as possible.
Oh, man.
When I film my TikToks, minsan like I do multiple takes just because I say something in scientific terms, and to me it makes so much sense because I'm so used to that terminology already. But then I have to stop and I'm like, wait, do people understand this? So I have to like stop and take it again and say it in such a way that other people understand. And sometimes I feel that's the most difficult part, breaking it down, because it's so easy to say what pressure is, what stress is, what shear is. Like, you just say that, gets mo na, ano yun. But how to explain it and break it down in such a way na hindi ka nosebleed. Yan yung mahirap na part.
That is true.
Napapaisip din nga ako niyan minsan eh. Kasi for example, tayo, di ba, Reggie at Cherry, 10 years from, 10 years, mga halos ganun, from undergrad hanggang PhD. Parang para sa atin yung mga technical concepts parang madali na lang sa atin.
Yeah.
Tapos na-overlook natin na, hindi pala to madali.
Yeah.
Mahirap pala to, naging madali na lang siya para sa atin dahil sobrang tagal na natin mga ganun.
Parang masyado nating na-normalize yung mga technical stuff that hindi natin napapansin na actually hindi siya naiintindihan ng iba.
That's the challenge actually. Na most of us have to stop. I'm like, teka muna, is this normal?
Yeah, that's true. Pero now, you're gonna be, since you're incoming master student, you'd still be doing science comm and physics.
Yeah.
So bakit nagtuloy ka pa ng physics?
Okay, funny story actually. Kasi I actually don't have a background in science. Kasi growing up, nasa arts ako. I did ballet for like most of my life, theater, music. The thing is that medyo kulilat kasi ako sa ballet, sa totoo lang. Because I have a hard time picking up on like instructions and on the teaching. So what I would do would be I would watch the other dancers, like the more advanced dancers, and I would notice certain things about them. Like, you want to turn faster, you move your arms closer to your body. You know, if you want to jump a longer distance, you need kailangan bumuelo ka, things like that. And then, of course, me trying to catch up with everyone else, I ended up looking into that, like how to dance better. And that is kinematics. So, nag-start doon. Just because I wanted to learn how to dance better and catch up with everyone. I ended up studying physics from that. And then that's how it started. But then there were like other factors that really pushed me to physics in the end. Like for example, I really like the Hulk, and then yung Hulk is nuclear physics, diba?
Yeah.
That's na
Boom.
gamma. He was involved with gamma
gamma
radiation.
radiation.
So, yan, because I was interested in the Hulk, I ended up looking into his backstory. Tapos ni-research ko kung ano yung gamma radiation, ano ba yung Manhattan Project. And then, I think the final push for me came because, do you know Angels and Demons?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Di ba sa CERN yun?
Uh-oh.
And I was like, I want to work at CERN. So, nung college na ako, I was like, yeah, I'm taking physics. So, yun, that's the story.
Nice. So, buti ka pa kasi kami kulelat sa physics kasi nandito pa din kami.
Mga may kailangan patunayan sa sarili. No? Pero I like your point nung yung motivation mo is na-realize mo na kinematics yung dance and all. I think
Yeah.
yun yung hindi napapansin ng everyone in general na there's always physics even in the tiniest things that you do. Diba? Kahit na diba, in dance, may physics siya. May gets mo sa ice skating. Diba?
Yes.
Yung paggamit ng moment of inertia and all. And
Yeah.
yung mga nagsasabi na, saan mo gagamitin yung physics pagka-graduate? They don't really realize na it's everywhere. Oo.
Especially in classical.
Oo, kasi you don't need to be too technical to know that there's physics. So, to people who realize na, nag-physics na pala ako. Diba? Nakaka-amaze siya.
Exactly.
So, for you, ano yung pinaka na-enjoy mo about physics?
Honestly, it's the feeling of being able to solve something. Because as you know, wala nga akong science background, wala akong math background. And there are times when you want to like give up. Pero when you solve something, especially when the numbers are so cool, like it fits so nicely. I'm like, that is so good. That is amazing. Other than that,
yung
obviously,
eureka moment.
yes, like nakaka-addict yung eureka moment. Honestly,
Chini-chase pa yung feeling eh.
honestly, that one. I mean, I know. Yeah, I mean, I know I should say like the applications of physics because physics is everywhere in your daily life, even like theoretical physics, like you're like, oh, what am I gonna do with that? But then that's like the basis of like gadgets. That's how we're having this whole podcast is because of applications of that. But I think just doing it and being able to solve it and then finding success even in the small things, those are the things that make me fall in love with physics. And sometimes the numbers are just fitting so beautifully and the equations just make so much sense. So that's the best part, honestly.
Nakarelate ba kayo, Philip at Reggie?
Kung 100% kasi alam mo yung palagi ko iniisip kung kasi nung mag-start tayo with batches around 50 to 100 or pwede mas maliit mas malaki, diba? But eventually, after you go to PhD and then mag-postdoc, pag nagbilang ka kung ilan na lang dun yung mga nag-pursue ng research, talagang singled out na lang 1 to 5 siguro. Iniisip ko kung ano yung X factor in terms of mindset o ano yung hook na keep sa atin sa same place dito sa place na ito, di ba? Kasi pag nag-research ka nga ng physics, talagang 99% ng work mo talagang to trash talagang unpublished or
Totoo yan.
na result. Kasi yung one eureka moment, ito yung pag nasubukan mo, pag nangyari ito kahit isa lang, kahit once, ito yung chine-chase mo na every time eh.
Passion drugs, no?
Exactly.
Oo.
Ang ginagawa nating high yung moment na yun.
Yeah.
Addict po kami sa basics.
Yung nagsimula ka na parang wala kang naiintindihan, problemado ka kasi lahat ng ginagawa mo mali. Tapos, after some time, parang randomly lang, siguro hindi random, nag-click lahat ng bagay, connect. na-figure out mo, tapos nag-eureka moment ka. Sobrang nakaka-high siya na feel.
There are a lot of great things. Like, honestly, nung pumunta ako sa PNRI, nagpa-fangirl ako doon. There are a lot of great things about physics, especially how, like, for example, how one, like, really small thing, like an atom, you can't even see that, but then that can cause so much destruction or so much energy that could be used well. It's magical, honestly. But the most magical part is when you're already 100 scratch papers deep, hindi mo pa rin makuha. And then on your 101st scratch paper, nakuha mo na rin. Yan, that's the best part.
Yeah.
The point is, nakuha mo.
Yeah. And parang you're like, ayoko na nito, tapos nakuha mo. You're like, oh wait, I can do this.
Yung may love-hate relationship na parang, ayoko na, quit na ako, tapos biglang, ay sige, gusto ko pala.
Yeah.
Oo. Feeling ko lahat tayo ganyan, kaya tayo umabot ng postdoc.
Oo. Dalawa.
Di ba yung parang, nung habang nagpipisis tayo, parang, tama na, ayoko na. Pero pagkatapos mag-defend nila, isa pa.
Right. Isa pang degree nyo.
Isa po. Cry pa.
Ikaw wala to, deep na, too late to turn back.
Wow, wala na, we're trapped. Wala, don't be trapped,
No.
Frankie.
It's a trap.
So, kung yun ang gusto mo sa physics, ano naman ang pinakaayaw mo?
The grind.
Yes.
The
Don't
best
we
part
all?
is the destination. The worst part is the journey.
True.
Wait, no. Final answer. I know what I hate the most about physics, actually. I have 2 words. Statistical mechanics.
No, buti pala wala si Jane. Si
Oo
Jane yung
nga.
master natin ng StatMech.
Oo.
Mahilig siya sa stat.
Oo. Yan yung bread and butter ng field niya.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. Respect to you. Not for me.
Pero, bakit StatMech?
Bakit stat?
Because StatMech killed me.
Um,
Yan yung subject na pinaka na nahihirapan ako, StatMech. But what I remember most about StatMech is I forgot yung book ko nung StatMech. Pero pagbukas ko ng book, yung introduction nakasabi doon, the founder of statistical mechanics killed himself.
Right.
The next person to take up the cloak also killed himself. Now it's our turn to study statistical mechanics.
Si Ripe yan.
Ay, pinuntahan ko yung grave ni Boltzmann sa Austria.
Oo.
Nung pumunta ako doon. May picture ako nun.
Oo.
Kamusta feeling? Sinabi mo ba you destroyed me?
So yan yung textbook niyo.
That was actually, fun. Yung fun fact pala, not so fun fact, when I graduated, like suddenly graduated in the middle of pandemic, you know what midterms I was stressing out over specifically?
StatMech.
StatMech. Yan yung last memory ko ng undergraduate was StatMech.
Taas ng hate, di ba?
Grabe. The bane of your physics life.
Okay, Ines, I never got to that point na because I was like, I have to prove na I can pass it on my own. I was like on the grind. Then I couldn't get that passing grade in the end kasi biglang naka short. And I was like,
So, meron kang unfinished business with StatMech.
yeah, I have unfinished business with StatMech.
Now it's your chance.
may revenge arc sa masters.
Tapos alam mo what time pa yung StatMech class ko?
7 a.m.?
6 a.m.
What?
Bakit nagkatama mo 6? Di ba flag-send pa dapat?
No.
Grabe.
Tulog pa yung kaluluwa ko niyan, 6 a.m.
Sa aga-aga na umaga. StatMech.
Yan. Anyway, let's move forward. So, alam na namin kung ano yung hate mo. But do you have any favorite physics equation?
F equals MA.
Bakit?
PSA.
Because literally everything can be boiled down to F equals MA. No matter, unless it's classical. No, as long as it's classical or Newtonian, pwede mong F equals MA. That is my savior.
Actually, lahat naman natin ng physics nag-branch out mula sa F equals
Yeah,
MA.
exactly. Kaya when
Oo.
I don't know what to do na talaga, nag-F equals MA ko. That's simple reason why favorite equation ko ang F equals MA. And that's what I always go back to. Parang siya yung X na palagi mong binabalik-balikan. Kahit kung tapos ka na doon sa class mo on classical mechanics, binabalikan mo pa rin yung F equals MA.
At toxic na guest namin.
Bakit po may ugat? Oh. Ayun, no, may meron akong curiosity recently. Diba, kailan yung time ni Newton when he discovered gravitation, diba? So, ano kaya yung tinuturo sa school before, no? Before before F equals MA.
Avatar.
I think prior to that, mostly philosophy sila. Mostly based on philosophy, they were trying to figure out like ano yung boiling point of water, what metals could turn into iron, what compounds are bad, what compounds are good. More on useful applications sila. So that's mostly what. Because I know I did some research on this. Because oh my goodness, I'm forgetting her name, but yung parang first female physicist, parang she was working on boiling water, like how you can boil water, how you can do electricity, stuff like that. So it's more on like alchemy, stuff like that, alchemy, philosophy, things that you could use in daily life. Of course, I wasn't there, so I wouldn't know, but that's just what I assume is happening.
So wala pa nagsasolve na equation dati, no?
If ever, baka ano lang, I have 5 gold coins. A thief took 3 gold coins. I have 2 gold coins left and I am in trouble. I think mga ganon.
Kagagawan din kasi ni Newton yun eh.
Yeah, or how can I make my weapon sharper? Ganon. What's the meaning of life?
Pati basic linear equations. Like, person 1 is traveling at 5 meters per second.
I think meron silang ganyan kasi nagre-racing sila, di ba?
Alam ko, di ba dati parang may ano pa sila, may mga math duels. Parang bibigyan nila yung isa't isa ng math problem tapos kailangan nilang masolve. Para may reputation sila na sila yung best mathematician.
I think I heard something about that, but I'm not sure kung totoo. But I heard that.
Pero imagine niyo, that time, nagsastruggle na sila doon. Tapos tayo, pinaghihirapan natin yung StatMake.
But, well, to be fair, we're able to get to StatMech because they already figured out the hard parts.
I think in hindsight, ganun din siya, di ba? What is considered difficult before, we think of as easy ngayon. Diba? Tapos, so maybe what we consider as difficult now will in a few years' time be considered easy in the future. Oo.
O diba dati nga nung mga elementary pa tayo, may class pa talaga na tinuturuan tayo paano gamitin yung computer.
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
Bago pumasok sa eskwela, 3 years old pa lang marunong nang gumamit ng computer.
Dati.
Do they even have computer subject anymore?
Ngayon, they still have that. No, I don't.
Ngayon, hindi ko alam.
Kasi, naalala ko, dati talagang may computer subject kami.
Yeah, kami din. Ay, sorry.
Kami din.
Meron ba kayo ng parang, step by step, like, press start?
Oo.
Tapos, open my documents.
Dati tinuturuan pa kami paano mag-save ng file sa floppy disk. Nung elementary. Open ko pa yun.
Open my computer.
Meron yung isa, I remember, ginagawa nila, they put like a cover on the keyboard, tapos you have to write your essay without looking at the keyboard.
Oo.
Do you remember that? Yung orange cover sa keyboard?
Oo. Yung may typing tutor, di ba? Tapos parang may game
Yeah.
din.
Tapos yung how to make a PowerPoint presentation. And then your assignment is to make a PowerPoint presentation on any topic of your choice. How to make a basic HTML
yan.
website.
Ganyan. Tapos parang, basics ng Word, ng Excel.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, one other physics physics equation that I really like, other than FA naalala ko lang ngayon, Gauss law. Like, I loved it so much that at one point I was like, I want a tattoo of Gauss law on me.
Really?
Yeah. For the weirdest, I don't know, it's like, for like the pettiest reason ever. And this ties into my answer in the first question, what do I love the most about physics? Is because Gauss law came in during a time when I did not understand anything in my classes at all. Like literally nothing made sense. And then na-introduce yung Gaussian flux sa amin and yung Gauss law. And that was like the first time na parang for that whole semester na nag-click sa akin immediately. Tapos yun, nakuha, like I could solve that like really fast na. Like anything involving Gaussian flux rather. So, but everything else sucks though. But Gaussian flux, like that was like the one time I was like, kasi parang, I was like, mag-shift na ba ako?
Hala, ganyan din ako, exactly. Like physics 1, electromag.
Tapos biglang, Gauss law, wait, I can do this. So,
Oo,
ganyan.
yung parang bigla ka may na-solve ka bigla, tapos bigla na-realize, uy, ito yung first high.
Yeah.
First Eureka moment.
First Eureka moment. Ako, kaya ko pala mag-soin. Tapos, bigla ka, tuloy-tuloy pa natin.
Yeah.
Galing.
To add, ang gaganda ng equations at concepts ng choice mo. F equals ma pati Gauss law. Tapos pwede ko nga i-add din sa majority 99% ng astrophysics pati cosmology research. Believe it or not, pwede mo magawa gamit ng F equals ma. Talagang ganun ka
F equals ma.
Ganun ka wide.
Does everything.
Ganun ka wide yung applications niya. Tapos comment ko nga din kasi madaming students na F equals ma kasi pinaka-basic, di ba? Then after learning yung mga mas technical na Schrödinger equation, other approaches, they tend to maybe think more highly dito sa mga approaches na to na sometimes overcomplicates kung ano talaga yung kailangan mo. But F equals ma works. Yung accuracy niya, liba, talagang unmatched. Up to some degree, mag-breakdown siya kasi may mag-break yung assumptions ng theory. For 99% of the time, majority ng universe natin, F equals ma done. Hindi ko naman nasa same place din nata ako kasi ako, alam niyo naman yung background ko. Tapos si Frankie, si Philip at Cherry, galing ako sa seminaryo bago ako nag-physics. So, studying religion, talaga 180 degrees shift ng field. So, nung nag-mechanics kami nung first year, talagang hindi ko pa siya nag-grasping. So, late ko nag-gets talaga yung mechanics ng concepts. Kaso, nakakatch up ako sa batch nung Gauss law part. Magbibilang ka lang ng charges sa loob. Alright, I can do this.
Diba? Magbibilang mo mo.
How many charges in one
Yeah.
area?
Kailangan may first high na yun nung makakuha ka lang confidence, I can do it.
Actually, sa akin naman yung first encounter ko ng Gauss law sa electromag din na class ni Sir Joey Macpantay.
Joe Mags.
Diba? Yung class lagi ni Sir Macpantay, yun para sa aming taga-UP. Yun yung parang turning point ng buhay mo as a physics major. Pag kinuha mo yung class niya, either mapapaisip ka na mag-shift out ng course o mag-stay. Tapos, nung diniscuss yung Gauss law, parang sabi ko, di kaya ko palang din yung class niya. Sige, hindi na ako mag-shift to na rin.
Ang dali, di ba? Patatunan pala tayo ng Gauss law.
Yung symbol, gusto kong ipatattoo dito. Dati.
Iba. Tunay ka ng physicist.
Integral na Gauss law.
Maglagay nga tayo ng mga equation.
Eh di paano yun kung may exam? Tapos may nakatatungan na equation.
Wala, paano kung Maxwell's equation?
Di ba yung proof pa dito? Proctor, di alam gagawin ng proctor. Alam mo yung sa Mulan? Yung sa Mulan, yung
Naka-paint.
Oo.
Your science communication journey naman. How would you describe this? Science communication.
Science communication was a happy accident. In all honesty, as I mentioned, I actually did not have plans to enter Psycom. I wanted to do nuclear talaga. Like, I entered physics, thinking mapapadpad ako sa PNRI. Like, that was my main goal, nuclear. I wasn't thinking of teaching or anything. But then it just so happened that that's what happened. There's been a lot of ups and downs. I do get a lot of great comments telling me that my videos have helped them pass. And that's I think that's the most rewarding part of being a science communicator. When you hear people say like, "Oh, I watched your videos, it helped me pass my exam." Or, "Oh, I suddenly understand it. I didn't understand it before, but now I understood it." Kaya nga, actually, PNU SAPE actually invited me to speak on science communication because of that. Because they used also my videos to study. So that's how my Psycom journey is. It's also kind of a battle how to keep things engaging, which is actually my problem now. You have to catch their attention, you have to make it relevant, have to make it fun, have to make it exciting. You can't just be as straightforward, which is a bit of a challenge for me, especially since, you know, how we are as physicists, it's always like straight to the point, right? But sometimes that like serious setup is not what sells. So you have to start thinking about that. So technically, parang naging marketing na rin siya. Science communication is like, you need a science background, you need a communication background, and you somehow need marketing also. So it's like a 3-in-1 job, parang kape lang.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
May mag-notes kayo.
so ayun.
Dito nagpe-fail itong
Notes kayo.
podcast natin eh. So,
So, ayun, naging 3-in-1 copy ko ako. Yeah.
notes.
And then what I hope to achieve, specifically, I want more women to join science, especially physics. It's getting a lot better now. Actually, I'm really happy to say that there are more women in physics. In fact, some of the best people in my classes were women, but in like lower levels, because those girls, like they enter, like they've been training for this their whole lives. Kasi, you know, taga Pisay sila, taga Chinese high school. So, yan talaga. But I want science and physics especially to be seen as an option for women. That, because the way that I was raised, for example, the way most of my female friends were raised is that physics was never like seen as an option for them. So I would like to see more of that. And I would like science education to be more normalized, so we could have what's the word? I'm forgetting the word right now. I want more science education and more science communication so that people can be more critical thinkers. Because honestly, critical thinking and common sense is apparently not so common. And I think that being able to communicate science effectively and understand the process of it, because it's not just science. Because in everyday life, you're not going to think F equals MA. You're not going to think shear stress. You're not going to think about those things. But it's the process, the scientific process of understanding and learning. That's what's important for every person. So I hope that becomes more normalized, so we could have a more progressive society.
Actually, gusto ko lang magdagdag sa point ni Frankie na gusto niyang hopefully more women in science. Actually, napansin ko din yung trend na yan. Kasi ako, si Reggie at si Jane, member ng theoretical physics group dati sa UP, sa NIP. Tapos for ilang years, si Jane lang ata yung babae sa group. I think mga almost 5 years. Si Jane lang yung nag-iisang babae na.
Grabe.
Tapos at least ngayon dumadami na rin na
Yeah.
yung mga babae sa Theory group. So,
Yeah.
it's getting better, I think.
Yeah, what we really have to target would be the elementary and high school. Talaga. Because
Well.
that's where the interest starts, that's where the interest grows, so that they could eventually join the upper leagues.
Ako yung gusto ko idagdag tungkol dun sa engagement part. Kasi yung sinabi mo, it's not all about the science. Kasi gusto ko i-highlight na dito nagpe-fail yung podcast. Kasi, the science is there. Alam mo, imagine yung content naman is, you have 20 plus 1 hour episodes ng pure science, but yung engagement part is not there. Talagang, hindi siya hindi siya nagta-take off. Dahil kulang sa psychom talaga, yung psychom element mismo.
Aminado po kami.
I get you though. That's my problem. That's actually my problem, Ren. Like, I'm struggling to be, like, not technical.
Yeah, but so far, do you think Filipino physicists are doing a good job for science communication?
They're getting there. It's getting better now. Before, I would say, I think around the years of like 2014 to 2021, I would say no, just because they don't have that much of a presence on social media. And it's hard to end up looking at or finding their content if you're not subscribed to them, meaning that you already had a prior interest. So to be able to find this content, you need to already be into it before. But what we want as science communicators is to make people get interested in these things. People who didn't have a prior interest. I'd say it's getting better now. DOST, I've noticed they're starting to harness the power of social media. PNRI, they have very memey videos.
Ang galing nung
on TikTok.
Natutuwa nga ako sa PNR.
They're good. They're really good. And like they've used like Pokemon and memes.
Yeah.
So I would say that they're actually getting a lot better. I'm very impressed. Yeah.
Actually, yung isang video nga ng PNRI, yung tao doon, member ng theory group ng National
really?
Institute of Physics sa UP Diliman.
Really?
Nung nagpi-PhD ako, master student siya. So, kilala ko din.
Nahiya pa sabihin sa Frankie kasi sabi niya kanina, yeah, the PH physicists are getting there. Kasi di niya sinabi, like 9 podcast is failing.
No!
Except kasi sa atin. Oh, we did a good job in Saigon.
It's getting better though.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have Lignayan. That's
Yeah.
already a sign that we are getting better at SciComm.
Yeah, how it?
We already that there's an avenue for this and what platforms to stream it on.
But to be fair to us, kasi nung yung panahon natin, diba yung panahon natin, hindi uso masyado ang social media eh. Kasi when we were doing undergrad, pasimula pa lang ang Facebook. Hindi tayo ganun katanda.
Kapag Friendster pa tayo. Friendster here.
Oh my gosh, I remember
diba?
Friendster.
Diba? Parang
Multiply.
hindi ka naman makahingi ng wag na age reveal. Pero yeah.
It's
kasi
okay. I
diba,
was a kid on
we,
Multiply, so you'll never know.
we really didn't think of social media as a means to influence people. Parang lang siyang to connect with friends. So, hindi talaga siya naging way to communicate science. So, para at least for me, yung alam ko lang sa science is kung ano yung natutunan ko sa sineskwela.
Oh.
Yung mga ganun lang. Pero, yeah.
I think yun yung
and
root
I
ng
think-
generation natin eh. Sineskwela yung parang, anong tawag doon? Yung parang big bang
yung
ng
mga
generation.
base. Oo. Pati math tinik.
Oo, mas tinik din.
I don't know
Ayan.
these.
Oh my God. Yep. Kasi wala pang wala pang social media na. So sa TV ang information namin. And they're doing science stuff and experiments on TV. So, yun ang bumuhay sa amin. Pero yeah, I think hindi kasi tayo familiar with, we never thought of social media as a way to influence. Kaya, hindi rin tayo sure now that people are using social media to influence. So, hindi siya natin talaga ma-maximize as a platform to communicate science.
Actually, makikita mo nga, lahat tayo inactive sa personal social media accounts natin.
So true.
Facebook lang dahil sa Lignayan.
Same.
Thanks, guys.
But to be fair lang din, kasi alam mo yung tayo nag-start ng Lignayan. So we will accept the small win kasi and anyone ng madaming Pinoy physicists could have started Lignayan podcast. I think ito yung unang name na maiisip nila eh. Just mediate between yung actual physics pati yung public na disclose kung ano yung science. But walang nag-start, and this could have started within pandemic to up to now, but tayo nagsimula. So we'll take the win. That small win. So madami pang and infinite yung room for improvement kasi yung infinity nandiyan naman yung physics.
Yeah, that's true.
So tungkol sa SciComm, ako gusto ko tanong kasi halimbawa we have the technology in the future to shrink ourselves to atomic scales and below. Pwede din kay Philip Frankie. But then so you shrunk yourself to those scales, nuclear scales halimbawa, so sobrang liit talaga. But then getting to those scales, you realize may intelligent forms in those lives. Tapos how do you try to tell this guys that there is also may life dun sa quantum scales, dun sa nuclear scales? How do you tell them na may life din dun sa kabilang side naman kapag nag-zoom in mo naman yung rollers?
Zoom out.
Yeah. Zoom out.
So, assuming that the technology to shrink you into quantum sizes exists, then that means that you could also do that to inanimate objects.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I would do is I would get a phone, I would film everything happening on the outside, and I would shrink that and show that to people on the inside.
Easy. Yeah.
Easy.
Practical.
But sobrang skeptic nila yun. Halimbawa, I would play devil's advocate. Sobrang skeptic naman. No, you got these videos, use fake news.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I did it sa quantum skills nga.
So the technology to shrink you down to that scale exists, but then I assume that they're not gonna just leave you in that size, right? You can go back out. So that means that the technology to go back to normal size exists. I would take 2 of those suits or whatever technology it is and just make the skeptic normal size. And then he could see it for himself.
Yeah.
Ako
Easy.
bibigyan ko sila ng doomsday prediction. O sasabihin ko masisira yung mundo nyo in one day. Tapos para lang ma-prove na tama ako.
Two types of people.
Evil.
Sabi sa inyo eh.
Doon sila sa alikabok. No? You will have an earthquake tomorrow.
And then you go back and I told it I was like really great tomorrow.
Gago ko yan. Pag simula mo na magkakaroon kayo ng great flood, pinatakan. Uy, sama natin.
Yeah, yun lang naisip.
Grabe. Kaya mga villains sa mga movie may PhD.
Ano, iniisip ko palagi, alam mo, si Harley Quinn may PhD.
All the villains have
Palagi
PhD.
ko iniisip.
So what does that mean?
May future na
No,
tayo.
but it's a doctorate program. You get your doctorate, so that's what counts. Ano, maybe the reason why I didn't think of that doomsday prediction is kasi wala pa akong PhD. Baka
I'm sorry.
pagka-PhD ko, ganyan na lang yung utak ko.
Nafa-force mo na ba ang sarili mo?
I see myself in
Yeah.
several years.
Now, as an incoming master student of physics, anong advice mo sa fellow students mo?
Don't cram. Study the week before the exam. Yeah. If you're really confused, instead of trying to memorize all of the equations in a certain topic, try to find where all those equations are based from. Once you understand the basic logic of it, you can just derive everything from there na lang, and that will save you time as opposed to memorizing all the different equations.
Oo nga. Actually, very true yan. Even not just in physics, but in other.
Yeah, you have to understand the main point.
Before, di ba, nung subject of math, 53 or 54? 53 or 17. Basta yung may trig functions na kailangan pa-memorize, and then binigyan
Oo.
tayo ng isang, may certain size of cheat sheet.
Yung table ng values, no, ng special angles.
Oo. Tapos parang technically, it all boils down to fewer equations. Hindi mo na kailangang isulat lahat. But that is true. Yeah. I think that's the beauty of physics, na pag naintindihan mo yung fundamental, magigets mo na rin yung mas broader image.
Once
image.
you get there.
Yeah.
May gusto lang may follow-up. How about advice sa mga physicists, Frankie, for doing better psychom?
So, I would say, don't be too intimidating with your work. Don't speak in a monotone voice. There must be some inflections in your voice. Show emotion. Show a little bit of excitement. Don't just read things aloud. Don't assume that people know the things which are normal to you. You might have to explain certain concepts that you might already understand. And be as engaging to the audience as possible. Make use of current events and pop culture.
Para sa atin talaga yun.
Dilan mo talaga yun para sa atin. Take note, guys.
Yeah. Maybe I could advise take speech or acting classes, I guess. I don't know. Might help. I got that from the Big Bang Theory. Kasi,
Notes ba
diba?
kayo?
Because there was that one episode where Sheldon was teaching a class and the class didn't like him and they didn't understand him. There's an entire episode on that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an episode where Sheldon could not communicate with the students. So ginawa niya, he took acting classes with Penny.
May natutunan kami. Para sa amin pala talaga yun. Ayan, so let's wrap everything up. So, again, maraming salamat, Frankie, for joining us for this episode.
Thank you for having me.
And abangan nyo rin sa mga susunod na episode si Frankie kasi siya ay permanent addition na rin sa team ng Liknayan Podcast. So, welcome natin si